Hey guys, what's up? It's me, I'm Lisa. Welcome to my channel. Today, we're gonna do the mid-year book freakout tag thing, because why not? Let's see how fast I can do this while also being worth something. I will preface this with coming up with the books for each category was very difficult for me because I don't really have very standout books in my brain. Even books that like in the moment seem very standout. Once it's been passed, they don't really seem that like ready to be recalled in my brain. So this was kind of hard, and I was near the end filling in the categories and I was like, why am I doing this? Why did I do this? And now I'm filming it just because I did it. I put myself through that, so now I'm gonna put you through it as well. So we're gonna start with best book you've read in 2020 now. I went with just like the most enjoyable, I guess, because the rest, like, this is the only one that I can remember like being like super excited, and it's one that if you watch any other videos of mine you already know about, but like you probably haven't watched other videos of mine, so we'll talk about it. But it's You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Huggle. Oh my god, I have to describe the book, do I? Okay, so Naomi and Nicholas, they are engaged to be married. They don't have the best relationship right now, so well, at least Naomi wants to break up, and she says that whoever breaks off the marriage has to pay for the wedding that was going to happen. So she starts trying to like sabotage the relationship, trying to get the other to break up first. That's the plot of this. It's not really completely what happens, but it's just like a really fun book that's just was so much fun to read. I have talked about it before. We're just gonna leave it at that because I just don't like repeating myself about books. So the best sequel of 2020 that I read was Starsight by Brandon Sanderson, which is the sequel to Skyward. I'm not gonna explain the plot. I've done explaining the plot millions of times, it feels like, so I'm not going to, but I just like feel like this is the most solid sequel that I have read this year. I haven't read many sequels to begin with so far this year, so like it just took the world that was already built and like just made it better. It's Brandon Sanderson, like he's very good. Some of the categories I just picked multiple books for that one. This question is a new release you haven't read yet but want to, which I have The Vanishing Deep by Astrid Strodel. No, I won't be able to say that. Ink in the Blood by Kim Smejkal. Sorry. So Vanishing Deep, it's like this water world where you can bring back someone who has died for like a day, and our main character wants to bring back her sister, but not like just to like see her sister and reconnect with her sister, but to find out secrets of like her parents' death or something. Sounds interesting. I thought I liked Four Dead Queens, which was the author's first book, so like I just think that this could be interesting. It's an interesting premise, and I liked the author's previous work. And then Ink in the Blood, I don't remember what this is about, but I think there's like a theater component to it and something with like tattooing powers. I just read part of the synopsis. I don't think I can explain it, but it sounds interesting. There's like tattooing with divine will and determining the person's future actions. I don't completely understand what's gonna happen in this, but I'm interested in it and I want to find out what it's about. And then most anticipated releases for second half of the year. The first one that I have is coming out at the end of this month, and who knows if this video will even be out by that time, but it probably will. It is Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Marano Garcia. I have a different book of hers that I just read off her name. Okay, so it sounds like this girl like goes into like her sister or her cousin married someone, and she's like, I guess, trying to rescue the cousin. I don't know. It talks about a bunch of people that she's not afraid of, but then there's another person in the family that's like seems like they're trying to help her, and then there's secrets and stuff. That's all I can get from the synopsis. I don't really, it's just like, it sounds interesting. I'm excited about it. The cover is beautiful. I just want to read it. I have 3 in this one just because, you know, who wants just one book? Also, The Faithless Margaret Owen, I think, sorry, the Merciful Crow is up there, and I just saw the word Owen, and I'm pretty sure her first name's Margaret, but probably should have had the names. But it's the second one to the Merciful Crow, and I really like the Merciful Crow, so I'm excited to see where it goes from there. Enough said. And then Cinderella is Dead by Kellen Byron. It just it sounds like a Cinderella retelling that's very different from all the other Cinderella retelling. There's descendants of Cinderella, looks like. I don't, it's just it's very different. That's gonna be fun to edit because that was a bunch of nothing. Oh, the biggest disappointment of 2020. I have two for this. The first one was The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. This one, it was just was 500 pages of why? I don't know. I can see why people might like it, but I just felt like it was just nothing. And in the end, I didn't understand what was going on. No. There were bees and honey and that love. I don't know. It just wasn't a book for me. I had a lot of thoughts on the time. I couldn't figure it out. It was a disappointment because I thought I was gonna love it. But I don't necessarily hate it. I just I don't know what it is. I don't know what my feelings are on it. It's very just a confusing book to me. The other one is Frankly in Love by David Yoon. So this is mostly just the whole thing wasn't a disappointment. I had read in reviews that the relationship between the main character and his parents was pretty accurate, so I will give it that. The thing that just kind of disappointed me was that I learned an aspect of fake dating that I don't like. When it's trying to cover up that you have a relationship with someone else, that you're not fake dating from your parents. I don't like that because you go into the story knowing that the real relationship that they're originally trying to cover up is doomed. And I just felt bad for the poor girl the entire time because I knew that that relationship wasn't gonna go anywhere. And she was very into it, and then the way that the character talked about the girl just was weird and awkward. I don't think I like reading from male perspectives in the YA romancy type thing. I don't know. Maybe I haven't read a lot like that, but maybe I don't like that. The next one, the biggest surprise, which I just put The Ancestor by Danielle Trussoni, just because it was a very big surprise on what this book was about. If you don't know, I thought it was going to be a thriller, and it's not a thriller. It's an evolution story type thing. And it was just overall just surprising and odd. I feel like I had something else to say was my biggest surprise. Whatever. We'll move on. So I haven't really run into a favorite new author yet. I put down Sarah Hoggle because when I was reading her book, I looked her up hoping to have other books of hers to read, only to find this was her debut, and I was like, I will read anything she writes, so I'm interested to see what her future holds. I also have an author that I'm hoping will be a new favorite author, which is the author of Mexican Gothic. This is the only book that I currently own, but it's Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Morano Garcia. A lot of the premises of her books sound really interesting, and I feel they're very Latin American inspired kind of stories. It sounds like one of them that I really want to read. I cannot find how to get a copy of it, so that sucks. Oh, Certain Dark Things. I really want to get that book, but I can't find it anywhere. I'll have to just keep trying to find it, and then eventually I'll get it. But I think that she could be an author potentially that I really like, as long as I like her writing. So I'm hoping to pick up this book soon and start discovering her. Okay, newest fictional crush. I had nothing for this. This and new favorite character. For newest favorite character, I said, I don't know, bitch. I don't pick favorite characters a lot. I like a lot of characters, but I don't really have favorites. I said newest fictional crush was Nicholas from You Deserve Each Other, just because I feel like he would take care of me and he would do everything he can to make things work. I love him. He's wonderful. So, the newest favorite character, I don't know. There was a lot of characters. I can't pick a favorite. Don't ask me to, please. Book that made you cry. So I recently reread The Hunger Games for a video, also for my enjoyment. Yes, I got teary-eyed a few times in that series because there are very sad things that happen. Also, Little Universes by Heather Demetrios, even though I didn't particularly like the book that much, but it did get me sad and teary-eyed because I related to some things that were sad in there. Book that made me happy, really. I said First and Then and Listen to Your Heart by Emma Mills, this one. Casey West. Just because, like, these types of books are always likely to put a smile on my face, so I decided to include them. The most beautiful book you bought. So, pretty books that I bought this year. For most of these, I think that me liking the cover was a reason for me buying the book. Well, helped me decide to buy the book. One, Vanishing Deep. I really just like her green eyes and her like red lips. I feel like they go very well together. You can't see it very well, but I like the colors, so I just liked the book. The Starless Sea. I liked this one. I also just like the feel of the book, because like sometimes just like the feel of the book really adds to it. The Ancestor. I think that it's just very like ominous looking and just pretty. The purple's pretty, the like estate's pretty. And then Next Year in Havana. She has a pretty dress, and then I like the like landscape. I don't like the Reese's Book Club up here. I almost didn't buy the book because of it, but like I decided to not discriminate against a book because it had a stupid thing I couldn't get off the cover. And then the last question, which is what books do you need to read by the end of the year? Just really whatever. I am trying to be more diverse in my reading, not just like the types of books, but like the authors that write it, and like with more diverse characters, because I was looking at all the books that I have and I was like, oh, okay, we gotta change some things. Especially with everything that's been going on. I kind of realized it and had started to make an effort before everything's been going on, but it's much more needed now. That's the video. I answered all those questions in 24 minutes, so it's going to be shorter than that. But like, I hope that you had fun for the first half of the year. I did too. I don't know. Like, subscribe, do things. I'm gonna go film the video that I actually wanted to film. Anyways, but like, yeah, have a good day, have a good night, have a good evening, have a good life. See you next time. I like when I'm focused and I'm not singing all the time in the video.